Well, hi, everybody. This is Mindy, Ed, and Don Rickles. Over there, it's Mindy Rickles.
That's right. Rickles. Good afternoon, love. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening.
Evening. It just depends where you are, what you're doing. And
that's right.
That's the magic of the podcast world.
Magic that is us.
That's right. It just continues. Almost 30 years now. It's ridiculous.
I know, that's right.
So your old man would do that. He always goes, you know how old I'm going to be, Mindy? You know how old I'm going to be?
I know. I'm like, you're not yet, though, Dad. He's like, but I will be.
He'd always had a year.
I'll be dead one day.
Jesus. Then will you be happy, Mindy? How about that?
Maybe cut that.
Well, no, we're not cutting anything. Oh, no, this goes on. We had a friend of ours ask us, how do you get ready for this stuff? It's like, we just talk, right?
Right, that's right.
And we can even name him. It's our friend Jeff. How do you do it? We don't know.
Well, we love Jeff. He's more than a friend.
Yeah, we don't know what we're going to say, except for these notes that'll tell me what we're going to say.
Look how when I said he's more than a friend. See, Ed doesn't even care. He just glossed over that when I said he's more than a friend. And Ed was like, whatever.
Well, I don't want to hear about your dalliances.
I know.
Not my game.
Yeah, I know.
Keep it in your pants.
When you have a when you have a plastic surgeon that's one of your loves, you just love him. You know, that's what it is.
We love Jeff and his lovely wife, Helen.
Yes.
We love them. Yeah. And the regular listeners. So hi, guys. Maybe this will get Helen to listen. But Jeff's been listening. Helen, you're not tuning in. We're not happy. This is not good.
I know. Well, good. You know, the thing is with the plastic surgeons, when I think about, like, I found an old medication maybe that I was given, whether it be from this doctor or another, I don't know. You know, I have like an ibuprofen, like 2,040 milligrams I can take, which I love that because when I get a pain, I got a pain and I got to get rid of it right away. You know, I take a lot of medications.
You do.
You take like nothing. You're like 93 and you take nothing.
No, funny.
And
but
I'm like
9.5 years older than you, and I take like 2.
I know. And I take like 15 in the morning and 27 at night. But they're not for serious illnesses. You know, they're things like, for example, water retention.
Right.
That's something that every woman knows about. And so I take this hydrochlorothiazide. And so
what do you take for the voice problem? That's what I would have.
Yeah, I know. Well, that's been happening forever. But anyway, I take that. I take other pills. I have to take a Colace every day. You know, that's just something I have to take, as we all know. Different things and vitamins and potassium. And so it comes out to a lot of pills. And, so this is, remember this, when we used to live in Malibu.
Right.
And, you know, we'd moved there from where we lived before, which was...
Beverly Hills.
I know, Beverly Hills. Anyway,
where you grew up.
So, I know, I don't like to talk about that. But anyway, so we had a pharmacy there. And I'd gone to this guy for years, you know, since I was like in high school. So he knew me. Why was I in a pharmacy when I was in high school?
But whatever.
If I had to get an antibiotic.
Right.
Yeah. So anyway, I used to go there always. And then years go by. I'm married many years. He knows me, this guy. And so let's call him Phil. And so I'm very close with Phil. And like if a doctor says, you know, this is what you have, I would call up Phil and say, Phil, can I break this pill in half? And can I get a couple of nubs of a Xanax, like 12 nubs, put those nubs together? And that's, you know, one pill for the evening. And he would be like, sure, Mindy, and this is what you do. And I don't like the sound of that and whatever. He would tell me stuff. So we moved to Malibu and I was getting medications from him, still in Beverly Hills.
Well, because we go in from time to time, so it wasn't that big a deal.
Town. Right. And then we were in Malibu, so we had the new pharmacy, so I was getting a lot of medications from there. And it started to be like, wow, this is silly. Why am I going to Beverly Hills for my medications?
For those of you that don't know, I mean, people are listening in Serbia. Malibu and Beverly Hills are not exactly close by. They're about maybe 15, 20 miles away. And in Los Angeles, it might as well be a different time zone.
It's like, we might as well have flown to Turkey and had a hair transplant and back. So anyway, this guy, I say to him one day, I'm like, listen, Phil, I was wondering if, you know, we could just transfer the hydrochlorothiazide, we could transfer that to the Malibu pharmacy. And now I've known him, since I was a kid, and he's an older man. I look at him as a powerful figure in my life. He's a sort of a boss type of person. I look at him like...
Well, he was part of like life and death decisions, really.
Right,
it's like,
exactly.
Do you take this? Do you not take this?
Right.
This could end your life.
Right.
This could help you.
So I looked up to him. So anyway, I go, Phil, I'd like to transfer this to the Malibu pharmacy. And he goes, you can't transfer hydrochlorothiazide to the Malibu pharmacy. That's not allowed. And I was like, oh my God, I'm so sorry, Phil. I didn't know. And then I hung up. He screamed at me. He was like, you can't, are you out of your mind? You can't transfer hydrochlorothiazide. Are you crazy, Mindy? Sounded like my father. But anyway, that's what he said to me.
You imitate a man. That's kind of what you said.
I know. It's always my father's voice.
Dad.
But anyway, yeah. So I hung up and I remember this, honey? And I came to you and I said, Phil said that I can't transfer the hydrochlorothiazide to Malibu. And you were like, what are you talking about? Of course you can. And it was like, I was so frightened and so terrified of Phil, I just listened to him. I mean, how absurd that
it's absurd.
Can't
what if you're
transfer
moving to
medication?
Cincinnati? You got to transfer your medication.
You can't transfer this hydrochlorothiazide to the Cincinnati pharmacy. They don't know what they're talking about. I know. So he was so offended. And so I stopped seeing him for years. And it was uncomfortable because he'd stand outside his pharmacy in Beverly Hills. And when I drive by,
I remember that. It was like he was directing traffic.
He would stand outside there and we didn't speak. And then one day, I think he came over to my car years later and he goes, Mindy, hey, how you doing? And I don't think he mentioned it, but it was like, let's make amends because I was never going to talk to him again because he was so mean to me.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So it's like, it's funny because who did this to me? Also a florist. The florist that did our wedding, who I was like in love with because he was really handsome.
Yeah.
Oh, you said his name. Okay, whatever. I don't care. He was an ass. So anyway, I thought he was really good looking. He wore an earpiece at the wedding like we were at a concert. I thought he was an authority figure. That's what I was trying to say about Phil. He was an authority figure, and I thought he was really good looking. And remember on our honeymoon when I was like kind of down, we were in Venice, Italy.
Kind of down.
You're like, why are you down? And I'm like, I kind of miss. And you were like totally understood that. Instead of running away, getting on a flight and having it annulled, you stayed with me.
Oh, please. I was taking gondola rides by myself.
I know. I was very down. I was missing the florist and the hair and makeup people, whatever. I think it's a normal thing after your wedding. It's such a big deal. And then you kind of come down from it. But so, he was the florist and I was in love with him. My mother was in love with him. And then we would get flowers through the years and he was on the Christmas card list. And then one time, it was Valentine's Day, I think, and I forgot, I always got my mother flowers on Valentine's Day.
Sure.
So like the day before Valentine's Day, and he was always very sweet to me. We tried to set him up on dates. He was very sweet to me. Day before Valentine's Day, I call him up and I'm like, hi, listen, do you think you could get something? You can't order flowers the day before Valentine's Day? Are you out of your mind, Mindy? Are you crazy, Mindy?
I remember this. And you came looking at me like, get those cold sweat on your face.
Yeah, I was like, oh, I'm sorry, I didn't know. And then I hang up and then I go to you and I go, you can't, you're not allowed to order flowers the day before Valentine's Day. And that's the law in this country. And you were like, what are you talking about? You can order flowers whenever you want. I'm like, you can? Because I'm always the moron coming to you.
I wasn't a moron.
Moses.
No, please.
Up at the mountain, because I don't know. And then I come to find out that he was just an ass. So my mother's like, well, he is definitely off the Christmas card list. I'll tell you that right now.
Which is like the biggest shanda you could have.
Yeah. And so we never spoke to him again.
Yeah.
That's right. I mean, these people say this thing to me, you can't do this, Mindy. And of course, if I see them as an authority figure, I'm like, okay.
Well, your mother was great
that I've
about
gotten
this.
better through the years.
She would defend you. She would defend you no matter what. Like when you worked at Neiman's.
Yeah, when I worked at Neiman's and after 7 years of kind of dancing around the store and coming in whenever I wanted and doing whatever I wanted and nobody said a word. And then
until somebody
I
did.
used to take off every Christmas, which was completely unheard of. I would used to go downstairs. I guess they were just so thrilled at that time. My father was a celebrity. I don't know. They were so starstruck.
That only goes so far when you're selling socks or something.
I know, but it was like every Christmas I would go downstairs to, HR and be like, listen, I'll be taking off Christmas. They would say, of course. And then, so one year I was like, listen, I'll be taking off the Christmas holiday. And they were like, well, it was basically like, well, sure, God bless. And if you do, don't come back. And I was like, okay, whatever. And then my mother, when I said, I said I'm taking off like I always do, my mother's like, how dare they? How dare they say that you can't take off at Christmas during the busiest shopping time of the year in Beverly Hills?
Who are these people?
They are. Who do they think they are? And I was like, that's right, Mom. I was ridiculous because, of course, you don't take off during Christmas. That's when you work the hardest. But for some reason, whatever, my mother was like, how dare they? So then it's like we took them to court. And we had some kind of I sued them or something. I mean, this is embarrassing. This is many, many years ago.
Oh, yeah.
And I think
it was
like on a
like
speaker with a judge on like a speakerphone. And the judge was like, is it true, that you took off during... And I was like, yes, I did. And they're like, well, that's not going to work with us. Basically, it was like, we dismissed this case, and my mother was like, well, you fought for your rights, and that's the most important thing.
Well,
like I was Gloria Steinem or something.
It's hard to call that a right to keep your job
it was absurd.
when you don't want to go to work. But,
it was like when I was in, I don't know, 9th grade or something at my school, and they had the sex education class.
Oh, right.
You remember this.
Mm-hmm.
And it was like I came home to my dad didn't care, whatever. I came home to my mother with like a Xerox copy of a penis. And I was like very prim, and I was like, Mom, look at this. And she was like, how dare they try to teach you sex in the schools? How dare they? You're not taking that class. And I'm like, okay, I'm standing up for my rights. I'm not taking this class. I mean, all the rights I stood up for were really kind of crazy.
Nonsense.
And so
rights.
I became the only girl in my school that didn't take the sex education class. And then 100 years later, I was at some hotel right before the Academy Awards.
We might have told the story. I'm not sure if we did on the podcast or not, but it's worth saying again. It's so funny.
Oh, okay. I don't know. And Rita Moreno, who's very famous, she's still alive.
She was just going into the Oscars to get an honorary Oscar, I think.
Yeah, she was in West Side Story. Anyway, she was standing there with her daughter, who I was in class with, and I went over and I said hello and whatever. And I said, oh, you look beautiful in this gown, whatever I said. And she said, oh, I remember you, Mindy. You were the only girl in the school. She made it like your father said. It's always my father. Your father said that you couldn't take the sex education class. Remember that, Mindy? And I was like, yeah, that was kind of a mistake, Rita. Do we have to bring that up right now? Of all times, you're going to get an honorary Oscar. This is what we're discussing right now, Rita?
In the lobby of the Beverly Hilton or whatever that was?
So whatever. So that was kind of embarrassing.
Hilarious.
But, these are rights at the time that I thought I should stand up for. Looking back, they were ridiculous.
Mindy's Bill of Rights.
Right.
Mindy's Bill of Rights, really completely crazy. Different from the one they drafted in 1780, whatever.
That's right. Yeah. They were really crazy. Yeah. And I see a string, though. I went through a string of these events where, it was how dare they? And then I, went out for my rights. See how I pause sometimes and fade off? That's
you have a right to do that, Mindy. It's okay.
The dementia and what is it called? Alzheimer's.
Right, that's all the drugs that Phil was giving you. I think that was the problem.
That's right. So I sort of, it's a good thing I'm not doing stand-up anymore, because I would just be on stage and kind of nod off for a second, because I'm just not as quick as I used to be. But,
yeah, it's like Trump at a cabinet meeting. He's like, oh, huh, what?
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah,
thank you, honey, for comparing me to him. That's right.
Well, I'm sorry. Biden did the same thing. He'd fall asleep, during whatever.
Right.
You can imagine. Oh, Jesus. The whole world's watching and you're napping. It's like crazy.
I know. But now, the problem is because I'm watching too many shows on TV, and I'm not letting my mind work, and think. It's very easy for me to watch my crime shows, my Swedish and Nordic and Icelandic crime dramas, because I love them, as you know.
Yes, you do.
Bridge, the vault, the stem, the gulf, the grove, the hunter, the gatherer. It's just, it goes on, right? It never ends. But they're great. I'm obsessed with them. Oh, and then I watched that Murdoch. You watched that.
I watched that with you. Yeah, often
the Alex Murdoch.
Right, particularly
show.
We sometimes divide up our time with shows because you watch stuff that I just can't digest. And I like to watch the news. I like to watch
MSNBC on a reel that just leaps.
Not just that. I'll watch. I like PBS documentaries. I love that stuff. They have the New American Revolution
I like some of that stuff.
Yeah, that stuff's great. But some of the stuff, I'm like, I got to sit and listen to this Icelandic murder mystery, and it's like I just can't get through it sometimes.
If it doesn't have subtitles, I can't watch it. That's
I know
really
you're like the opposite of a lot of Americans. It's like most people. I know. Like, I can't look at our friends Alan and Andrea. They can't do it. They don't like to do it. You absolutely require it. It's fine.
But yeah.
It's like me, just like reading music as opposed to improvising. You want to see what's going on.
I do. And I love, when they do these recreations. And I have to say, Murdoch was excellent.
Yeah.
I love that so much. The thing I hate is when they say, you're so excited to go through, because I like to binge if it's really good. And then they go next episode in 47 weeks. It's just like you have to wait such a long time. And when I'm watching all these different shows, I forget what I'm watching. You know, it's like the bridge, and there was a head on one side of a bridge, and the body of, the corpse was in Sweden, and the other part was in Norway. And then I'm watching Alex Murdoch, and I'm like, wait a second, did he shoot someone and it was separated, on a bridge? And I'm like, no, that's the other show, The Bridge, and this is something else where he killed the wife and the son. Right. So I get very confused.
So maybe there's not enough medications. Maybe that's what we're talking about.
That's right. Yeah, I need to have like an ADD. I really do now. An ADD medication to really focus. Do you think it would make me more hyper?
No, you're already drinking like 3 cups of coffee a day. I think that might be enough.
Well, what you do, which I hate, I love you, honey, but I hate this. When I'm rambling on like this, and you're like looking at your phone or something, and you go, That's when I know you're not listening at all.
No. And then sometimes you'll go, what was I saying? And I'll tell you what you were saying. I have done that many, many times. You know what that comes from? That's actually my old man on the phone. My dad would do that. He would sit there like someone would talk to him. And no, I hate to say it because it's confirming exactly what you were saying. Because all I hear is what's going on right on my end with my dad. Mm-hmm. I don't even know who he's talking to. I just hear, right, yeah, oh, yeah, yo, yeah, oh, yeah. Okay, and he hangs up the phone. I'm like, who is that? He goes, I have no idea.
Oh, seriously?
Like, you don't know who that was? He goes, I think that was the guy that helps me with the designs on such. I'm like, how can you not do that? Because I don't know, Ed. I'm just trying to get through the call.
Oh my God. Well, see, that's you just trying to get through listening to me.
But the difference is I'm actually listening because I'm not on medications, so I can listen much more carefully.
That's right.
What's going on.
I guess so. But you do tune me out sometimes.
Well, don't we all?
Because I ask you to watch certain reels that you're like, why do I have to watch this?
Okay. Well, with Instagram reels is another episode. We'll get to that some other time. That's unbelievable. Oh, what's going on with that? Well, listen, folks, if you remember last week, we had Allison Martino on, and how wonderful was that? I mean, we had such a great time. Oh, that was
so great. It was so much fun seeing her again. Yeah.
We're going to have to get her back on.
We should, for sure.
We're going to get some other folks on relatively soon. But the one mainstay of this season is the Jimmy Kimmel live appearances your dad did. And this is the third one, I believe, that he was on. And this one, I think, this one will play in its entirety because it's not terribly long. And it fits into the required amount that ABC is allotting us on the audio. And so this should be pretty fun. This is when your dad, and we went to this is when your dad got nominated for the Emmy for Mr. Warmth.
That's right.
The Mr. Warmth Project. And
Kathy Griffin brought him out for the Emmy.
God love her. She was amazing.
There. Yep. We were there.
We were there. We went to the show. My friend Joe Cipriano was the announcer. Right. What did she say?
Right.
Can somebody tell me what she's talking about? But my friend Joe was the announcer, and my God, all my old radio friends were there. Gary Owens was there, and it was just, for me, it was just sort of exciting on so many levels. But to see your dad up there, being walked out by Kathy was really something. So here he is on Jimmy's show, and he's not being walked out, but he's just being discussed and introduced by our good pal Jimmy Kimmel. So here we go. Ready? Okay. Here we go. Yeah.
For more than 50 years, our first guest has been recognized by all as one of the funniest men on planet Earth. And now, at long last, he's nominated for his first ever Emmy Award for the great documentary, Mr. Warmth, the Don Rickles Project. You can see him live at Town Hall in New York City, October 22nd through the 24th. Please hide your ethnicity and welcome Don Rickles.
Sound like a movie, huh?
Well, it's great to see you, and congratulations on the Emmy nomination. Very exciting. Long overdue.
Thank you so much, and thank you, because Jimmy did a great job. We had a town hall thing where we had all the people talk at the Emmy, at the TV Academy.
Yeah.
And you were so great to come. And I'm sorry about the money, but we're working it out.
Yeah, okay, that's fine.
But
Whatever.
He was great. You're a sweetheart of a guy, Jimmy.
Believe me, it was my pleasure. Yeah, we did an event together.
That's good.
Okay.
Oh, there's more? Oh, okay.
You were nominated.
You're a good announcer. Here we are. Jimmy Kimmel! You get a brain hemorrhage. Jimmy Kimmel! Hey, Jimmy Kimmel!
That's a little false.
Three gay guys in the valley went, he's on?
It is great to
Hi,
see
sweetie.
you.
You didn't think you'd see me up close, huh? Kind of exciting. You should see me in my underwear. The legs go up.
I've not seen that. I would like to come by the house and
Shut
see
up,
you in
Jimmy.
your
Don't get
underwear.
out of here.
Don, you are nominated in this category, and it's a tough category. You're nominated against
Wait a
Jon
minute,
Stewart.
it's not one Emmy, it's two.
Well, yeah, well...
One for the show.
Uh-huh.
And you know what, Jimmy? It's the truth. And you guys, ladies and gentlemen, and you young people. I'm 82 years young, and my wife and I said, you know, in my entire career, Cleto, they always said, you know, Don, funny guy. But nobody ever knew I was alive, really, you know. And they all said, yeah, he's funny, but he insults everybody, leave him alone, blah, blah, blah. Now that I got an Emmy, I got people going, hi, Don, how about a cocktail together?
Really? Wow.
Yeah, but, and if by some miracle, which, you know, that's just being nominated is an honor. But if I do win an Emmy, I say to you people, and to Jimmy, and to Cleto and his son, and the entire group here, you people will never see me again.
I mean, he had this habit of always talking to the band. Isn't that funny?
I know he did.
Yeah.
But I have to say, and it's not.
We miss Cleto, by the way. We're so sorry to hear about Cleto. I mean, that was just awful news.
That was
Jimmy's
very,
best
very
friend
sad.
since he was a little boy. Anyway, honey, you were saying?
No, I was saying that the Emmy, which she did win, was for the Don Rickles Project. And I have to say, if anyone hasn't seen that, you have to see it because let me tell you, I was the one, my dad is on this, my dad's on that. I was like, Ed knows. I'd be like, I'm not going to watch it. I don't care. Whatever. But this was so good.
Mm-hmm.
So good. And if you don't know that much about my dad, or even if you know everything about my dad, the Don Rickles Project, that was the show, and it was amazing.
Yeah.
It really went through his life, but in a great way. It's never boring. It was so interesting.
Yeah.
I loved it.
Yeah. And he won for best, we're cutting to the end, but they'll never hear this on this show. But he won for best performer and for best show.
Right.
Which your brother shared, you know, so because he was a producer on it, yeah.
Wow. And we have mixed feelings then about it. You're nominated against Tina Fey.
Weak.
Stephen Colbert.
Also weak.
Jon Stewart.
Maybe
David Letterman.
a threat.
A threat.
No, that's funny. You know Dave, and I know Dave, and he's a wonderful guy. And it would be so hilarious if I won an Emmy and walked him and said, I don't want to be on your show anymore. I'm too big. I'm going to be with Jimmy.
Well,
And then Regis Philbin would go, he got an Emmy.
and David
Regis is a good friend of mine.
Who's
and I
Jimmy?
knew it.
Yeah, Regis is a good friend.
Yeah, he's not here. We had a birthday party the other night, and we celebrated. And my
You
wife,
did?
Yeah, we didn't give a gift. No, he's really rich. Because I knew him when he was schlepping around looking for work down here on Hollywood Boulevard, you know. When Joey Bishop, rest his soul, was alive, and I said, Joey Bishop, and went, he was the announcer like Ed McMahon, God bless him.
Regis was, yeah.
I know what I'm saying. Or maybe two, I'm not a moron. See, I like this front row. You're a Mexican, right, my friend? You're American Indian, an Indian. Yeah. Am I right? Yeah. What's your tribe? No, seriously, what's your tribe? What, Aztec? Yeah. Trouble.
Is that right?
No, that's the guy. See, I work all Indian casinos. And you people have been very kind to me. You're not thinking, he's going to make a speech? Anyway, I said hello to Geronimo, and this guy wanted to do 20 minutes. No, so we work Indian casinos, and your people have done wonderful things with the reservations and casinos and helped a guy like me to have plenty of work, and we thank you, really.
Except you don't have vodka, so I got to bring my own. Right?
Right, exactly. That's right.
Yeah.
Forgot about that. Yeah, there's no alcohol. So.
No. So he'd go to like Shumash or whatever up near Santa Barbara.
And bring some vodka and a little
Tony would bring a
bottle
bottle and a Evian bottle and pour them in the bottles and come in and go, oh, it's water.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
They'd have their drink.
Really?
Okay, shut up. Let me just tell you. Cleto, don't you find this funny? That's Cleto's son who's sitting there going, well, when do we play again?
Don, you have been all over the world, but you have been to China where the Olympics actually were.
I was.
Did you watch the Olympics?
I saw one when the guy did a high dive and hit the cement. Anyway, no, the Olympics is great. These young people are so fantastic. And hey, the NBA wasn't that great? And you were a former sports guy, and you know, to see our USA and Kobe Bryant and the rest of those great young people playing and win, that was great.
And destroy everyone really in their path.
It was great.
Did you enjoy watching that, even though they won by, they won so?
Well, I have a lot on my mind. This is not my whole life. You know what I mean? I don't lay in bed going, Channel 4, put it on. I want to see the sword deal. Don't you love that when they do the go? And it just hits him with a silver suit, and the guy goes, I don't get it, but
you and your friend,
the audience didn't either, so it's all right.
You and your friend Bob Newhart, part of the documentary.
Who?
Bob Newhart.
Yeah, he's in the business.
You guys, you took a trip to China that is in the documentary.
Yeah, we went to Beijing, and you were in the documentary too.
But I wasn't in China though.
Well, hey, you want everything for crying out loud? No, it's the old joke. You go to China, you say, I want chicken chow mein. That's my favorite. I'm a New Yorker, so it was always chicken chow mein. And they don't make those kind of dishes, but the food is fantastic. It really is.
Is it?
And the people were very gracious. It really is. And then we went to one of these villages way out of town, and poor Bob Newhart, he's a Mid-Easterner, He knows one thing. You go to Paris, he goes, do you have spaghetti bolognese? That's all he knows. Anyway, so I'm laughing now because he's going to call me later going, oh, yeah. You're trying to make me a jerk? Is that what you're trying to do? Give me a minute. I love to hear myself.
You didn't go on that trip, did you, honey? You go to China?
No. The
I
Newharts, they would take trips. And, I was going to say, hopefully, we will have Tim Newhart, Bob's son, on the show. We're hoping for that. So that should be very interesting because we can tell stories about growing up and what it was like, our two families traveling together. And that's a book in itself.
Oh, it really is. I mean, people even ask me, and all I did was see it on my Christmas Eve, but what you guys went through, wow.
Yeah. No.
Well,
no, he's a great guy. Bob's a dear friend, and his wife, Jen. My Barbara and I, we adore them and love them.
You guys do a lot of traveling together?
Oh, yeah, we used to before 9/11, and now with grandchildren and a lot of responsibilities. But if you ever meet people in this business and you can adore, it's the Newhart family. They are great, and we spend Christmas together.
I don't think they're probably going to meet him, though, unfortunately.
Bob, what?
They're probably not going to get that chance to spend Christmas with Bob.
What is wrong with you? Everybody was nice. They applauded.
I know.
And you had to run in with a dumb remark. Why?
You know what? it's probably best
You're
that
a
we
big
take...
star. You make $40 million. Why do you turn? These people loved it. They're like, yeah. And then you go, blah, blah, blah. No.
You're right. Let's take a commercial break. We're right back with Don Rickles. See him live at Town Hall in New York, October 26th. Mr. Worms, the Don Rickles Project, nominated for 2 Emmy Awards. And we're here with Don Rickles. And Don...
By the way, that was Marty Scorsese. You folks, it was on the sign, so in case you didn't know. But he is one of the finest directors. He really is. And he's Italian like you, you know.
Yeah,
so every scene we did, he went, he's a wonderful artist.
Do you get excited when a guy like Martin Scorsese says he's a fan of yours and he wants... Is that
No, not really. When I'm with you, I get excited.
This is exciting because you have not performed in New York City in how long?
Oh, God. Well, it wasn't that long. I performed maybe 5, 6 years ago in Carnegie Hall.
5, 6 years ago?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then after my big treat was, before he passed away, the great man. He was my hero, really. We all have heroes in life, and he was mine, Frank Sinatra. You will never see. I think in this business, when you as musicians know, when you never can duplicate a guy. This guy was, I hate to call him a guy, Mr. Sinatra was fantastic. And I was on the show with him at Radio City Music Hall, Jimmy. And I grew up in New York. I grew up in a place called Jackson Heights, and now it's Haiti.
All right.
Anyway, so I got...
I didn't know you were Haitian. I had no idea.
So, Jimmy, I worked at Radio City Music Hall, and to walk out on the stage, you know, and on the marquee it said, Don Rickles, Frank Sinatra, and the Count Basie Orchestra. Frank never got over that, you know what I'm saying? Because he knew I was bigger than him. Anyway, I can say that now because he's gone, you know. But he was a special man, you know, and to be with him was to, you know, he walked into a room, he had a great charisma. Reagan had that. Certain people have that excitement. You have it.
I have that, yeah.
Yeah, for here. For 3 guys in an alley, you have it for, you know. No, you do. You have a great charisma, and you have a great warmth to him, which, and I mean that sincerely. And you make, and your mom and dad, you make people feel at home.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that. And let me tell you something. If you haven't, or even if you have, go see Don Rickles at Town Hall in New York City, October 22nd through the 24th, because it's something everyone should see. Don Rickles, everybody. Look for him at the Emmys. We'll be right back with Maurice.
Well, that was cute.
That's cute. And the fact that he did win the Emmy. So,
Yeah.
and against, he was so thrilled about that. Tina Fey and, David Letterman. That was just incredible.
He didn't know ahead. Did he know ahead of time? I'm trying to remember if we knew ahead of time because we made such a big deal about going. Everyone got dressed up. I got a tuxedo set up and all of this. And I'm wondering if we knew.
I don't even remember that.
This is a while ago. I'm trying to remember.
I can't remember.
If they tipped him off.
I think we did know.
I think we knew, and we just had to, keep it quiet. I'm pretty sure we knew.
Yeah, and that's why we all went. Yes.
Yeah, because he wouldn't have dragged everybody
That's
there.
what they do at the Oscars, no. Can you imagine?
Everyone already
They
knows.
tip them off ahead of time. Right.
Yeah.
No, but I think we did know, and that's why, that's why we all went.
Yeah.
Right. It was still really exciting.
Oh, my God. We saw John Hamm. You were so excited to see John Hamm.
Oh, my God. Oh, my God.
Oh, you were
that was
cavelling.
unbelievable.
Yeah. That was pretty cool.
John, I'd love you to come on the show, whether you whether you cared for my dad or not. It's not.
John,
it's irrelevant.
The invite's out there, man.
John, I love you. You
It's
know
in the
that.
ether. You got to come.
Yeah.
We'll get
please.
We'll do it. He's funny too. He'd be a funny guest.
Oh, he's really funny.
All right. We're going to get the people. We're going to get our people to reach out to your people. That's what's happening.
Yeah. Right. Exactly.
That's what's going to go on.
I know you're waiting, John, just hanging by the phone.
Oh, no, you can't wait for us. All right, sweetie. So that's another Mindy and Don Rickles. How about that?
That was fun, honey. I loved it. Had a great time.
Oh, good. So I'll invite you back. Jimmy Kimmel Live, courtesy of 1205 AM Productions, LLC. Jimmy Kimmel Live airs weeknights at 11:35, 10:35 Central on ABC.
Okay.
All right, sweetie.
Kiss, kiss.
Kiss, honey.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.